So, welcome back to Aftermath episode 7. This is also Sands of Fate episode 2, which is our somewhat in between Aftermath episodes. It should be every other week, except last other week. Yes, that one. That made perfect sense, don't question it. Because this is a separate game that is separated by a great distance from the main Aftermath game. It's a little bit more on rails, it's a little bit more scripted and planned out, but it is just another story that should hopefully add to the whole thing. Trying something new, which is also probably going to go horribly wrong. So, I think where we left off, the team here had just about bought some camels, and we were one player down, but he will be... That's Tom, say hi.
Right!
There we go. He's Scottish, in case you couldn't tell. He'll be worked in shortly-ish, hopefully. So, yeah, where we left off, you guys had just bought some camels, I believe.
And pomegranates.
Yes, also pomegranates, because you were...
And pineapples.
And pineapples.
And pineapples, because they
Clearly, these are the important parts of these transactions.
Honestly, they were, yeah. And,
I think
They're
enchanted soul-stealing vegetables.
Ferdinand here got the most important part.
The barrel of ale. Dwarven ale.
20 pints of stone-skinned dwarven ale.
I'm glad you remembered that, because I didn't.
I did.
I've never been disappointed.
He even got like the merchandise tankard with it.
Oh yeah, he did. Hey, it's a
Complimentary tankard.
It was a top quality tankard, I think. I don't remember which one
Why
he
is
went
there
for.
no water in my inventory? Because I definitely got water.
Yeah, you
No,
bought
you
a lot
only
of
got
water
beer.
because you guys are planning on setting out across the desert map that we have, in search of something in the north east of the map. You don't actually know what it is, really. You just know that you're after the... What were you guys after? Do you remember?
It was like some eye thing.
Yeah,
Some
oh.
artifact.
That's shorthand.
Did I make notes for this? I may have made notes for this.
That's shorthand for nobody remembers, isn't it?
Oh, it's somewhere, hold on.
Wait.
wrote
We were
it
going
down.
to a Custolia cave. I know that
The
much.
Custodia
Yes.
Caves, yes. And what
Open
were you
the wrong
searching for?
notes.
I feel like we probably should have done this before we start recording.
Eye of
but we-
Egan. There we go. Got
Yeah.
There we go, he
Okay.
has
it.
remembered.
Cool.
It
Um,
has been a
writing.
while since Sands of Faith.
Yeah, it has been 3 weeks. I was
Wait.
just seeing if you guys remembered. And
It was
absolutely
like
not
4,
judging you.
actually.
Don't question me.
He didn't remember himself, Bob.
Yeah, you can shut up.
There's a couple of similar names that come up, and I couldn't remember which one. Definitely wasn't that, and it's not that I'm looking at like 3 other names here that are similar, but not the same, and they weren't confusing me at all. Shut up.
Okay.
Clear.
Are we good to go?
Yes, so, you guys, I believe, had bought some camels, and you were heading out or something.
Yeah, we were about to go with the caravan to Custolia Cave.
So,
Well,
yeah.
see, this all depends on how much of a bastard Yargon's going to be, because no one actually bought any saddles.
I'm not going to be a pain with that, because I do believe I stated that the camels came fully equipped with saddles.
Yeah, you did.
Sweet.
Yeah, I believe you did too.
Yeah,
Definitely said that.
because it would be just rude not to say that, because they totally should. So we're just
You were
gonna...
expensive camels too.
They really weren't, but sure.
I mean, these camels.
They were
They're
like
half.
They were like 32, but the price in this area is 25.
Something like that. Yeah, they were cheap camels. So,
They're not sick, as they told me.
yeah, no, they were they're kind of worried about you. They're not a massive fan of dog brain because they think dog brain is ill. But other than that,
Oh yeah, that's true.
yeah. So I think you guys had left them in their pen place, and you were going to pick them up the next morning when the camel train set out. So we
Right.
can, if you guys want to just time skip ahead, we can just
Sure.
skip
We're
on
probably
ahead.
just gonna be drinking anyways.
Yep, fine dwarven ale.
Oh
And
hell yeah!
I should do all dwarves with German accents.
You should
No.
try and do that so we can
Yeah,
laugh.
boy.
No,
Maybe
that's
you can
heresy.
piss off the
Dwarves have to be
Germans.
Scottish.
That is Sertolia.
Okay,
Why-
you can voice all of the dwarves then.
Right there, neighbour there.
Oh god.
The
Look, you are the least Scottish person I've ever met. Don't start. So,
How do
we
you get a
can...
posh Scottish accent?
You don't. It's called English.
You
So-
can't do
yeah.
what?
Yeah, good point. It is.
Because,
The overlords.
well, it's more that just Scottish is just like really badly pronounced English.
We really need that oof button.
We really do. That is a button we're all sorely lacking right now.
Like, just oof on a soundboard.
Yeah, I do. Just for every time that Tom gets roasted. Or anyone gets roasted. We'd probably get copyrighted though, because this is streaming, so we should... It's not streaming, it's recording, so we should probably get on with this. Which was leaving. You guys are gonna... I guess you're all... well, Tom, you're already... Taliesin is your name. You're already heading down to the Camels. You'd already be there, doing your stuff.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing, because it's your job. You do this. And the others are going to be arriving somewhat in the morning,
salesman.
having all... he might be. Having all rolled some
boy.
constitution saves, guys. Just a quick
Why?
question.
God,
Well, you all said you were getting drunk last night, right? So, con saves for headaches?
probably.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I'm not the slightest bit of drunk.
Ah, it's only a 12. Oh no, wait, I have advantage on this.
So,
That does make it better.
those dice are really laggy. I apologise for that. Nothing I can do. So, Cade, you got a bit of a headache. Dog brain, brain box hurt. And the other two...
Brain box is in pain.
the other two are fine. Nah, Dog brain, you're
well.
also fine because DC's 10. But yeah, Cade, you've got a little bit of a... sort of one of them hangover-y things that makes you want to drink water.
Why did I have to spend my natural 20 on a fucking constitution save?
I probably tried not to
yes,
drink
yes.
too much water, because that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it would be a terrible idea. So, you guys all arrive at the area where you were last met with the camels, at the sort of camel stable things. Dogbrain, do you want to roll me? This is optional. Do you want to roll me another perception check to see how many humps there are on the camels?
Yes, please.
Go for it.
Oh,
To see if we
God.
can derail this
Please, another
campaign even
one.
further.
Oh, that's a shame.
Okay. These are 4 humped camels.
What?
Oh no, wait, those are just two camels standing behind each other.
Yeah, they are. They're 2 humped camels. You just got a bit confused for a moment there, but it's one of them was brown and one of them wasn't. So
Yeah, isn't the single hump one called a dromedar or something? I don't know. what it's
okay,
my
get out of here, you nerd.
Dromedar.
Nerd.
called. Yeah.
Yeah, only D&D players here, no nerds.
No, what else?
Yeah, a
Coolest
dromedary.
kids in school.
Get out of here, man.
How they call it?
Oh,
Like D&D.
They're riding camels. The
Hey
one
guys,
humped one is a
we're so
dromedary.
cool.
Okay, so these are 2 hump camels, and there are some 3 hump camels. There aren't any 1 hump camels. That's just how it is. I don't care if they've got special names. They're being called camels, and I apologise if that is
Offending you.
desertly
Racist.
insensitive, but
I'm
Shut
gonna
up.
test ability real quick to make sure I fixed it right.
what?
I fixed it right, good. Just ignore that.
Oh,
Cool.
God.
That is a really long thing that you just posted.
Yeah,
Um.
I just need to make sure I fixed it.
Okay. So you arrive roughly at the area where your camels are waiting for you. How many camels did you guys buy? It was quite a lot, was it not?
We bought
I
6
have
camels.
to. Yeah, we got 6 total.
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, you guys bought 6 total. That's a bit of a shame. I thought you had more than that. Oh well.
You said to buy 6.
I
Yeah.
said to buy as many camels as you could, but 6 would work.
Well,
Yeah.
6 is realistic.
You said 4, and then 6 would be better.
Yeah, because you're just joining onto a train of camels. You're not.
We are not the train.
You are not. Yeah, you are not the train. You don't actually have locomotive power of your own.
Yeah, I believe we had like 2 camels which all carried like 6 barrels, and then
Yeah.
2 barrels of water per camel that someone's riding.
Yes, I believe that
Yeah.
was about correct.
Can confirm that 1 beer barrel's on my camel.
Of course
Yeah,
it is.
I imagined as much.
Can confirm that was emptying the fastest.
I will also ditch the water before the beer.
I swear to God.
Okay. So, I mean, he is a dwarf. What do you expect?
I know. It's obnoxious though, because we're all gonna die because we're short 1 water barrel.
No, just
Be
start
fine.
drinking.
Cool. So, you guys gonna sort of meet the other members of this, the camel train. There's quite a lot of people. There's like 20 or so of them that are there. They've got their sort of Arabian-style garb on with the scimitars up here
What's
to be a
Arabian?
favourite. And they've got the big white cloaks and stuff to keep like the sand out, and a lot of the point you could just see their eyes a lot of the time, because just keeping the sand out seems to be a priority. And
Yeah,
sometimes
Cade
they
is
guys,
definitely
fine
dressed
mesh
like
that goes
this as
over
well,
that.
because Cade would totally have this stuff.
Okay, guys,
Yeah,
check
Cade
for
is dressed like that.
explosives.
Okay, Rick, can you not be racist, please?
Jeez.
Damn, Jesus, dude.
Sorry.
Rick, roll me a dexterity saving throw one moment.
Would you like me to roll damage?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Already, this is fantastic.
Okay,
Oh,
so
this is-
that misses.
Is that 2d12s of damage?
No, it's just one.
Oh, it's rolled.
It's just
rolled.
roll
Oh
20
wait,
then.
Yeah, roll
so
20.
Right,
So that's
Yeah,
a
it's roll
crit
20
fail.
roll
So your musket goes off in your hands as you're loading the camel. The camel spooks and like sprints off into the sands, and is immediately eaten by a giant purple worm. Moving onwards,
My
Oh,
thumb is
boy.
covered in purple silly putty, so that's very fitting.
you're going to be purple silly putty in a minute. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Apparently not a sick burn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really.
Definitely not.
No moves there. Yeah. So, there's about 20 of them. There's a couple of women, but mostly it looks like mostly the stronger men. You would reckon, of the group that these, because as I said, they have a habit of just sending a few people into the city, and not the entire camel train or wandering tribe arriving. Although this does appear to be a camel train, so the residents probably aren't effectively permanent to the camel train, if that makes sense. They change people a lot. And around...
Yeah, that's how normal caravans work.
Yeah, that. Words. I'm attempting to describe things whilst I think, but I don't think very fast, so
And you're failing at both.
yeah, stop questioning me. So yeah, about 10 in the morning. It's going to be quite relatively early. Is 10 in the morning early? It's early for me.
No.
In about 10 in the
That's
morning.
not.
No,
It is really not early.
That
Yeah,
is
normally
so
people-
late.
we would probably be getting up around
6
6.
something.
Yeah, 6 or 4.
You also have quite a lot of camels to saddle, because none of that could have been done the day before, because camels.
'Cause we just bought them.
Also that. So you got camels to saddle, you got bags to prepare, everything to be checked. It won't be actually too early in the morning. It'll be around around 10 o'clock that you guys are gonna head on out and sort of take train. You'll be roughly near the back of the train, probably, being the new people. And I imagine that there will be you'll be at the back of the train, and then behind you there's a long train of like camels that just have water and supplies and tents on them, and don't have any people riding them.
I'm assuming we have some way to claim that certain camels are ours, correct? Like markings on them or something?
Yeah. You could mark them, or you could just
Okay.
have the
Yeah,
harnesses could
it's
have.
very simple.
Could be,
Yeah.
My
have
camel's
colours on them.
behind me on a leash.
I know,
Simple
he
as
made it sound like that all the extra camels were in the back.
Yeah, they'd want
Fuck,
most
it's
of the
just
extra camels at the back, but just chained one after the other a lot of the time. But you could also mark them with, or just have like markers on their like ears or whatever.
Yeah, I would like to do that just in case.
Those big yellow cow tags.
Kind of that, but not plastic. And yeah,
Probably cardboard or something.
Metal.
cardboard.
Or not cardboard, sorry, just like
Blade
thick
metal.
paper,
probably.
like papyrus or something.
So, no, they're just wee cloth tags, just coloured cloth tags. As you join
Yeah,
up, they'll
or
give you them, and
something.
as you leave the train, you're expected to sort of give them back to the train. And whoever else joins up, yeah, makes sense. And so your group is going to be allocated the green tags, let's say.
Dog brain likes green.
Yeah, sure. And so, yeah, there's a couple of, there's your camels, and this is the ones you're riding on. And you begin setting out across the desert under the impressive heat of the sun. And, you're going to be walking in pretty much a straight line, following the dunes. The rise and fall of the dunes, trying to stay kind of on the top. You don't want to be too low down, because you get sand sort of blown off them onto you. And you don't really want to be in the shade because, or on the side of the dunes because they slip. So you kind of end up walking along the ridges of the dunes as you make your way through the desert.
By the way, Yargon,
Yeah?
we can't get lost, so don't even try that.
I know.
Just making sure.
Yeah, because there are people here that know what they're doing, and then there's
Huh?
also you. There are people in this train, yourself included, who know what they're doing when it comes to camel training along.
I'm just making sure. Not dealing with
Yeah,
it.
this is the first time Ferdinand would leave the city on his own, outside of the army.
Yeah,
I think for the first like mile or two, I'll start pointing out like landmarks and stuff, like particularly high dunes that I know of.
well, the
Gonna
dunes
get
always
more
shift,
story.
I know.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic.
but there are, like, rocks and stuff that stick out
Yeah.
every now and then, the odd cacti. It's
You're
not
gonna get
totally dunesy.
I'm gonna get what?
You're gonna get monster fights stories from Ferdinand as you pass those things.
But you've never
Oh
left
yeah, I
the
killed a
city.
big ass scorpion over there.
Not very well listen intently to
Monster
all of
took
these
the
stories.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Dogbrain, roll me a perception check.
Perception, okay.
Yeah, just out of curiosity. Okay. So, as you guys are just gonna sort of wander along, yeah, you'll be somewhat just wandering along for most of the day, good 8-10 hours, like well into the night. But you have to get out lanterns as the sun goes down, and it begins to become quite chilly. And suddenly
We're
it makes
traveling over noon?
yes.
Oh, I would have thought we travelled overnight.
That's brutal.
Most
Yeah.
people, it depends on
Yeah.
the group, but they do both. It's both are common because the night is freezing cold, but the day it's burning hot. So it's
Yeah.
like both are terrible.
It's
Traveling.
like 6 and half a dozen. Same thing, really.
Yeah.
It's not going to make much difference.
If
Either
you
way.
question
Yeah.
it, both Cade and Taliesin would know that it is common around the city or any big areas that you want to be going for as long as you can without stopping away from that area before you get onto any kind of regular schedule, just because occasionally there are the types of people that Cade has been trained to
Yeah.
avoid and that Taliesin's probably hired to remove. Sort of sitting around.
Raiders.
Yeah, raiders, bandits, and silk thieves kind of deal. Occasionally-
Gobos!
Yeah, there would be quite a few red. I'm thinking of kobolds, but kobolds, goblins, that kind of lot.
Yeah.
The effectively lesser races. Yeah.
Actually, I don't see any wolves, by the way.
Whoa.
There's no wolves around.
You don't see any wolves, no.
Okay,
Mostly because you rolled an 11 on your perception to see them.
fair enough.
Wait, what did he ask to see?
Wolves.
Wolves?
Yeah, desert wolves, my dude.
Okay.
If you've ever seen a fox, look up a fennec fox. It's the one with the really big ears. They're kind of like that.
Oh my god, they're adorable.
Yeah, they are.
They are adorable.
Yes.
It's my mum.
Just like that.
It's my mum.
It's my mum.
Oh, that's me mum.
Oh, that's my mum.
I mean, it's like, imagine that, but then a little bit more aggressively actually a wolf looking.
Okay.
And that's kind of the sort of thing that you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
That's me mum.
So basically, a Freyan on all fours.
Yeah, that's a joke that no one's going to get.
People won't know what the frame
I
is though.
will.
Wow!
You made it for you, and that's what matters.
I know what a Freyan is.
That is
We're all
selfishness
fucking
at
weeds,
its
is the
finest.
thing.
Starsandlasers.com. Check out Yargon's game, Starships and Laserguns.
Patreon.com/AngelDice for anyone wondering.
Too
20
soon.
minutes in, and we're
Too
already
soon.
shelling the hill.
Let's keep this for the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for the record, that is a Fennec fox that I've just put up on the video. These little adorable things. And yes, that is a picture of one in a desert. It's fitting. Shush. Not photoshopped, I swear. And so, there we go. Just transition back to the dice. So yeah, you kind of head on out into the desert. You head for at least sort of 5-6 hours before you start having to take water from the camels and actually stop to basically give your camels some water, because at the start of a journey it's quite common to do that, and you'll stop for about half an hour or so to let the camels have a drink, let them be camels, and then you continue on.
I'm assuming
And
for the first while we try not to use the barrels because we can still find water in the desert at this point.
for the first while, yeah, you will when you stop. You just to take a break. You will use the barrels, and it'll be assumed that you'll try and find somewhere where you can find water for the night, because that seems to be a good thing to do. And eventually you have to bring out your sort of hooded lantern type deals, and you end up with these sort of hooked onto your camels or on staffs and stuff like that as you.
I don't have a hooded lantern, but so I would probably use a torch. Sorry. Maybe.
A torch works.
Yeah.
Torches, hooded lanterns. There are a lot of hooded lanterns on sort of with the camel train. They have quite a few of them. The people who are running this operation effectively, they have one. Have them.
I have dark vision. I don't care.
Yeah, me too.
I think everyone does except for me.
Yeah. Even people like there's a real pale looking elf that pulls out a hooded lantern, and there's a couple of others.
I don't have a
That's
hooded
'cause-
lantern, I don't think.
That's because elves are wimps.
You can have a hooded lantern if you want. I don't think you start with one by default, but you can add one if you want, because it would make sense for you to have one.
Yeah, I suppose it would make sense. I don't know.
Dogbrain's just going to use produce flame. Dogbrain doesn't care.
Okay. I mean, sure. It's not like you're going to scare the camels with it. So Dogboy's just standing there with this sort of flame in his hand, being like, "Yes, I can see."
Would burning hands
Aha.
work?
No,
might kill people.
burning hands would not work.
It would for a very short while.
When I first saw burning hands, I thought it was a completely different spell. I almost cast it in the middle of a forest.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, it's one of those spells. For anyone who doesn't know, Burning Hands it's the one I'm thinking of. It produces a 15-foot of cone of fire in front of you and cooks things alive.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's one of those spells that's really badly named. It's like what is it? It's Death Touch. That's a ranged spell. Necrotic Touch. No, Cold Touch.
Chilling touch.
Chilling
Chilling touch.
Touch. Sorry,
Chilling Touch.
there we go. Got there in the end.
Chilling
Touch that
Touch.
does necrotic, not cold damage, and it's range, not touch. Just of
Yeah, it has
course.
a 60-foot range.
It's like,
Oh.
what is that about?
I just imagine someone doing the Kamehame when he does burning hands.
Yes, I know what that is.
Oh, wow.
So
That's a good one.
Anywho.
okay. So as you sort of plough on into the night, and you eventually will begin to sort of arrive at this location where they decide to sort of stop for the night. And Gav, can you turn your phone off, please?
We're real professionals.
Yeah, we are. I swear. Speaking of, I should turn mine off.
I swear to me, mum.
Yeah, and you arrive at the location, but basically the whoever's up front of the train sort of begins gesturing and sort of suggests you stop. It's kind of a bit of what do you call it, like a slightly flatter area. The dunes aren't as built up as they were everywhere else, and they begin sort of unpacking tents, and the camels get they drive stakes into the ground and tie the camels to them, and they've got plenty of reach, but the camels sort of drive into the ground, and they have the barrels of water placed on the opposite side of the camp from the camels, for obvious reasons. And sort of set up fireplaces and not fireplaces, what do you call it? Campfire. That's it. They've set up a campfire in the middle, and then they set all the tents around it, and the sort of 30 or so people. And as night falls, there's a watch selected. Would any of you volunteer for the watch?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'd also volunteer.
Well, yeah, you'd kind of be expected to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of my job, so.
Sure.
I would
I'm
volunteer
human,
as
so
well.
probably not very good at it.
Yeah. Wait, you're human too?
Yeah, I'm human.
Same.
Yeah, we've got 2 of them now.
Yay!
They've multiplied.
Who knows?
They're breeding like humans.
Right.
So the next one will be in what, like 18 months?
Yes.
For the record, Tomchi, Ferdinand
Well, wait,
is a
Aren't they
dwarf,
both male? How does
I'm
that
a male.
work?
Don't question it too
ginger
much.
beards, I believe.
Hmm?
I know. He's
He's-
a brown bearded, brown hair dwarf in quite some sturdy armor with white cloaks all over it. And he favors the battle axe.
Well, yeah, all you would really see of Taliesin is, like, pretty much the same cloaks as everyone else is wearing. Like, covering everything, but also has a large wrapped up pole over his shoulder, really. As far as you can tell. It's a gun, but you don't know that.
Yeah, you've probably not really seen guns before. You might have heard about
Yeah.
them, but you
I
wouldn't
assume that.
know that much, yeah.
What do we know about guns since we're from the military?
Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good point. You both have the soldier background, so
Yeah.
you would have seen guns before. You might not immediately recognize it, but it wouldn't take too much. Although it's probably bigger than anything you've seen for. If it's the
So
one I'm
it's
thinking
still
it is.
Could be a
still
quarterstaff.
big rod in a cloth for us. Gotcha.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can like put 2 and 2 together, but it might take a minute.
Hey babe,
Sort
wanna
of
see
feel.
my boomstick?
I was gonna say, do I see them looking at it? Like, are Ferdinand and Salia are examining it, or are they just like, oh, I know what that is?
It's none of my business.
Nope.
No?
Fair
Okay.
enough.
They don't really care. Yeah.
If this guy wants to wrap up his rod, he's probably smarter for it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you would see. There's a couple of other people sort of worth noting, I suppose. There's a few other people who look kind of got the same demeanor about them as Taliesin, although they appear to be wielding more traditional weapons. One of them has a sword and shield, one of them has 2 scimitars, and another one has a lance, which is an interesting choice of weapon for a camel, but he has a lance and shield. And yeah, and there's also an elvish woman that appears to be wearing the same like white wraps as everyone, that appears to be over some kind of armor, which is quite obvious. And also she appears to have like gauntlets that like clawed hands on them. It's quite big armor.
Actually, they would not have the same demeanor as Taliesin, because he would be very relaxed, not really watching too much,
Oh, alright, okay.
glancing around, making sure nothing too bad is happening, but he can't see in the dark, so what's the fucking point?
So who has
Um,
watched with Taliesin? Sorry.
But most of the time is just writing and drawing in his notebook.
Sure, okay. There would be... Yeah, okay, they're a bit more focused on their task, paying a little bit more attention then. But they're probably aware that you're good enough. You've probably helped them fight off a few
Yeah.
things before. But probably not anything major. And so,
If shit's going down, I'll be there. Otherwise, bugger off.
yeah, that's pretty much, they'll understand that. And so, you'll be on watch, but they're kind of covering for you.
Cool.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Would you guys attempt to be on watch with anyone else, or what's?
I would go and watch, but I wouldn't care who I'm with.
All right.
I'll go and watch with Ball Boy over here.
Okay. And Salia.
Don't really mind either.
All right.
I'd help if anyone asked, but otherwise I'd just sleep.
Yeah. No one's going to ask.
I would.
And try
I was
and talk
actually
to the
gonna,
camels again.
if given the option, I would have gone on. I would have gone with Dogbrain because me and Dogbrain have gotten along so far.
Yeah. Although Dogbrain appears to have found a tent and is sleeping in it. Whether
Is
it's
it his tent?
does
Yeah,
Dogbrain
it's
have
my
a tent?
Yeah, I have a 2-person tent,
Okay.
so we probably share that tent.
Dogbrain has a tent and he is sleeping in it. The middle pole has not been put up. He's currently using it to like. But yeah, it's a poorly erected tent that because I imagine Dogbrain doesn't really care for tents.
He doesn't know how to
Holy
tent.
erect tent.
Stop.
Oh, God.
Now that I
You're
mentioned, as soon as I mentioned wrapping up my poll,
You said that.
the dick joke door was opened.
It was.
Is that a tent
And it
to your
ain't better
friends or just
close.
happy to see me?
So what's the
Okay,
DTP
Rick, cheers.
about half an hour?
About 30 seconds at the current rate.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Puns
You've
fall,
opened
everybody
up a lot
dies.
hard road ahead of us.
Right, stop. God. Not this again. Oh,
Oh, fuck. I
don't
just
need to
dropped
ram
the
it down the
speakers
throat,
over.
Jesus. So yeah, and unless there's anything you guys really want to do, you should all roll me some perceptions for your watches.
I'll roll perception. I do want to talk to Ball Boy over here.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Should I any
Jeez, that was terrible.
disadvantage for
Okay.
not having dark vision, or just-
Should I have
Uh,
that disadvantage as well?
No,
I
because
guess we
there
have
is.
torches
no.
and stuff.
Yeah, they've staked torches kind of around the camp and stuff. It's well
okay,
enough laid
that's
out.
fine. That's fine.
Okay, so
Jeez.
We all suck.
14
Except
from,
for me,
Yeah.
I didn't do that bad.
14 from Cade, 8 from Salia and
My
Ferdinand,
passive is
and
better.
9 from Taliesin. Yeah, but you're paying attention, so.
Yeah.
Oh god, your passive is better. Ugh.
My
17.
Yeah, my
passive
pa-
17.
My passive's almost double what I rolled.
Jesus Christ. you guys.
See, it's fine. We don't see anything.
I mean, yeah, no, none of you see anything. The night appears to be going on eventfully. So,
Okay.
yeah, you wanted to RP some stuff, I believe.
Hey,
Did we know?
Ball Boy.
Reasonable. Yes.
What's your name?
Taliesin, if you must know.
I was gonna give you mine. It's Ferdinand. You lot mercenaries.
I suppose I am a mercenary, actually.
Well, if you're getting paid to transport the caravan, that counts.
Yes, I suppose. Unfortunately.
Well, you don't want a beer.
No, I'd much rather be somewhere more comfortable, where there's banging metal and hot forges.
You're a smith.
A designer, more like. Although I do some smithing.
Is that a gun on your back?
Can I actually turn round and look at him now? Like, maybe you aren't an idiot. Just kind of assumed everyone here would be. Yes, it
Been in
is.
the military. I know what they look like. More or less.
Well, good for you, I suppose.
Right, I'll stop calling you Ball Boy.
Please do.
From now on, it's Gunboy.
You want some mail?
No, thank you. I'm fine as I am.
You sure? I brought the good stuff.
No, I'm quite alright.
Surprised it's not empty already, as in.
Alright then. I'm pouring myself an ale.
I mean, yeah, go ahead. You can mark off 1 pint of ale. I think you remember how much you have. Quite a lot, if I remember.
319 left.
We will go to Africa and we will give them all drunk.
I don't know where it comes from, it's just there.
It's Gav, and he's a dwarf. You'll get about halfway through the next half hour, and he'll be done.
Nah. He's only gonna have 1 ale because he's on watch.
You are our resident drunkard.
I
Yeah.
am.
You are.
Mhm.
It's either you or me.
Yeah, it's one of you two.
It's more you, to be honest.
And that's impressive,
See,
because
I
he's
just
Scottish and
can't-
you're not.
Yeah.
Now, see, the Scot knows how to hold his alcohol, I don't.
With
Yeah,
your
that's-
hands, usually.
The
Traditional method.
Scottish are
Yeah,
are
how do you
controlled
know?
alcoholics.
Put their hands
The
to liquid.
Belgians are
Yeah.
uncontrolled alcoholics.
Cup them.
The only way you hold your alcohol is with your liver. Okay?
Oh.
It's not in your liver.
Fair
it's there.
enough.
Back to the point.
That's why you crack glass into it, to get it in your liver faster.
God.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Okay,
so like, yeah. Is that it? You guys just gonna be like, hi?
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know this guy. He doesn't need
Yeah.
to know me. Fuck him.
Sure. Cool.
Apparently I don't. Jeez.
He's a filthy dwarf.
You're a rude bastard.
And he's drinking even
You
worse.
should have put me on
Yeah,
watch
of
with him.
course
At least
I'm
I'm a
drinking.
human.
I'm a dwarf.
Some dwarves are respectable.
Some dwarves are dwarves.
Okay.
Well then.
Oh, is this in character or out of character?
Yes.
Guys, you both have thought that.
I've not quite decided yet, to be honest.
This was a battle of thought. So both of
Big
you,
on foot.
both of you roll me wisdom saves and 2d4.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yep. Sounds about right.
You take 2d4 psychic damage from vicious mockery. 5 points.
I refuse to do so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck you too.
Say.
And Taliesin doesn't give a shit about your vicious mockery. Which means that Taliesin wins this one.
Yes,
Somehow.
quite. With my -2 charisma
And racism.
and racism.
Ah, that explains a lot. So,
Why do you think I have -2 charisma?
don't know, haven't looked at your
You guys should
stats.
hear Bulbul from the other game I
Who?
play.
Oh.
My character from Shadowrun. He's so racist.
It's Shadowrun. Everybody's racist. That's the
Everyone's
baseline.
Yeah.
The baseline is they're not my race, we kill them. It's Shadowrun. Come on, man.
And if you're not doing that, you're playing Shadowrun wrong.
Yeah. Not that I'm
Shadowrun.
advocating for racism or anything.
Wrong,
Just gonna
wrong.
put that out there. Don't be racist, kids. And by kids, I mean that one viewer that we have. Hi, that one
Shout out
guy.
to that one guy.
Yeah. This is going to be a meme, isn't it? Just no
We
matter
love
what
you.
happens.
It's gonna be
give
a
us
meme.
lie.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so you guys, because well, I think I showed you guys the pair of rolls that I just rolled.
Yep.
The night passes uneventfully.
Nice.
Yeah, Cade, you're on watch with the one guy with the 2 scimitars and the Elvis chick, and she gives you sort of funny looks and sort of sits in the corner and doesn't say anything.
Why should she give me funny looks? I look normal.
Yep, I know.
For the rest of my companions.
Yeah, but she's given all of your companions funny looks, but you're
Hey.
the only one awake at the time.
That doesn't even make sense because I'm the normal one.
What?
You're
Deal with
new.
it. Guilt by association, that's what that's called.
No, it's
Yup.
called being new and suspicious. And yeah, and the other guy is just going to kind of sit by the fire and keep an eye out and all that. And Salia,
I
yeah,
like this lady.
rip.
I'm the
Salia,
killer.
you're on watch with dude with a shield and lance, who he's thrown his lance and just sort of stuck it straight upright into the ground. And being a dwarf, it's about twice his height, so he can't actually reach it. He has to sort of pull it out and then topple it over to get at the handle again. And he's sort of stuck his shield into the ground, and he's patrolling the camp as though he owns the place. It's a bit of a I'm a badass over here.
I really want to see this lance dwarf use his lance as a pole vault.
He would do if he had any other weapon, but he doesn't.
Just pole vault and just charge out with fucking daggers. Ah!
He probably uses his lance to get on the
bits.
camel.
You're giving me ideas for things to give to this character.
Please.
Don't encourage this. It's happening, but don't encourage this.
Do it.
It's fine, this campaign's all just nonsense anyway. Let's go for it.
They're both just nonsense, Yargon, let's be real.
Yeah, that's my point. It's Aftermath and Sands of Fate. They're both just about having
Day
fun.
2?
What?
Day 2?
Season 3, Episode 5.
So, what?
Yeah, we're trying to
They're
confuse you.
cacking, just
Just go.
Please
no
carry
one
on.
sees anything.
Yeah, nobody
You
sees
got it.
anything. So, you all awake in the morning, and all your watch ends, Salia, and Lance Dwarf has to sort of pick up his lance, and there's like half the camp watch him as he has to sort of like hoist it out the ground, nearly falls over as it falls over, and then goes over and picks it up by the handle, sort of doing that, meant to do that kind of look. Goes over and starts saddling his camel, and has to repeat the entire thing, because he has to go stick it in the ground by his camel to go untie his camel, and yeah. And,
Hey, some advice. Get a proper dwarven weapon.
he like slowly turns around to you as you say that. Fuck off. Picks up his lance, and then keeps saddling his camel.
You mean he goes through the entire ritual of picking up his lance?
I mean, I imagine he said that just after he's done that, so the lance is kind of like, it's on
Yeah.
the floor. Yeah, he goes, picks it up by the handle, which is now lying on the floor, and saddles his camel.
And then does it again.
Not quite. I mean, actually get onto the camel. You know what,
That'd
fuck
be
it.
it.
I'm gonna roll a thing.
Oh shit, I need to get on the camel as well.
20 plus 2. 13. Okay, yeah, he successfully uses it to pole vault onto his camel. So,
What a badass. What a fucking lad.
it's not the most elegant pole vault, and his camel clearly isn't happy about this, but he pole vaults onto his camel.
I'm going to assume that I've seen this quite a few times.
Yeah, you've seen this at least 3 times. Every time anyone mocks his weapon, he puts on a show. But otherwise, he doesn't question it.
Would
You're
it be
also
better
aware
if
this
you pole
guy's real
vaulted
good with
right
it.
over the camel?
That would be worse. You're also aware that this dude is actually real quite good with his lance, and don't mess with him
Yeah.
if you're more than 5
Lance?
feet away. If you're within 5 feet, I mean, it's a lance.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
I'll shoot him from range.
yeah, that works, because you're a ranger, hint, and we have a gunsmith, hint, and, well, we have
Pew,
2
pew.
fighters. Battle-axe McGee over here. But, and also, I am actually just a giant scorpion, but that's cheating. And then,
Well then.
so yeah, as you all go to saddle up your camels, it becomes quite apparent, based on the fact that one of the camels is missing and that there are just reins attached to one of the poles, that one of your camels is missing.
Is it one of ours?
Yes.
Which one?
Mother
Who's
of you.
camel?
It's one of the camels that just had a bunch of water.
Oh.
Can I cast Speak with Animals on one of the other camels? The ritual, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the record, the reins appear to have been torn, or I mean, they're kind of leather, so it's not.
Rather than like un.
They're not
clipped or
undone.
whatever,
Oh no,
they've
they're still tied on. They're just sort of dangling because they've been torn off by the look of it, or cut
I
crudely.
talked to one of. I talked to the other camel and be like, Where did you see where the your compatriot went to?
What?
The camel directly in front of you. Surely you would have noticed when he disappeared.
Camel?
He's currently not here.
He looks
And
around.
was.
He looks around, clearly looking to see where the other camel is. And looks back at you. I don't know.
Where'd Joe go?
So you didn't
Can I
hear
start-
anything? There's no
Sorry.
commotion?
Come on, what? No,
No sounds.
no. Why would there be sounds?
Okay.
He's
I
Can I
mean,
start
that's-
tracking it?
That's a good question. Dogbrain's gonna be clearly mocking this camel's accent. Like in a playful way, but he's still doing it.
The camel spits at you.
Can I
It's
start
okay.
tracking the camel?
Okay, roll me investigation.
Wouldn't it be survival if it's tracking?
It's investigation.
Fuck you, it's investigation.
How are you gonna track through loose sand with wind?
It's actually.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it
not
was almost a
particularly
Gosh,
windy.
dang it! Can someone roll investigation because I don't have intelligence.
It was almost a 17, fucking hell. It
Yeah,
just-
Might
I
also
saw
roll
that.
investigation.
Yeah, you can all roll investigation. Taliesin, you'll
If someone
also
can find
notice...
the tracks, I can track it.
Yes, if someone
Yeah,
finds
sure.
tracks.
Hey.
Oh my god, for you.
So, okay, none of you have a clue except for Taliesin, apparently. Dogbrain, you're busy talking to a camel, so you really don't get anything. The other guys, you kind of notice that it looks a bit like the sand's been disturbed, but... I mean, hint, there's no camel.
I feel a disturbance in the sand.
Taliesin, you've seen this before. There's a... And as you realise, the disturbance is roughly circular. Directly below where the camel was probably.
Uh-huh.
Does he point it out?
Huh. Okay.
You've seen this before.
What was the get about not
I've seen
fighting
this before.
sandworms?
Yeah. Camels going missing in the dead of night like this. That happens occasionally.
Yeah.
Do you point this out?
I'm just gonna say to them, yes, I believe your camel was eaten. Don't expect to get
wasn't
it
me.
back.
Where are the tracks then? What ate it?
Well, we've dealt with them a few times. They're called sandworms. They don't leave tracks.
They don't?
They don't. They travel
So
through
if
the
it's a
sand.
worm, is it like, you know, you just stand on it and it's like...
Dang, that's
Squish.
annoying. I can't use Natural Explorer on that then.
And this is why you keep the booze on your own camel.
I assume it. Well, for it to be only preying on camels, it would have to be quite small. Normally, they
A
grow.
camel isn't a small creature.
Neither are worms.
Wait
No,
while that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yes.
Dogbrain does not come to the conclusion that these are not small sandworms like he's used to.
Now
Don't
here's the
bring-
real question.
Actually, Dogbrain would probably know of these. You've probably seen them before in the distance and been, ha, nope.
They eaten any of my siblings.
None of your siblings.
Fair enough.
But your neighbours were once. Well, you had a pair of neighbours once that were eaten by them. You didn't like them very much because, you know, they were your neighbours from a different pack.
Twat.
Yeah,
Back rivalry.
one of those was eaten by a worm. You thought that was quite funny.
Just thinking about
So,
this.
With the circle there, can I estimate the worm size?
About big enough for it to open for a camel, and then a bit more for mouth. It's pretty perfect fit. But yeah, it's about sort of.
Because
10
I
feet
can
across.
technically get their exact size.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
It's about 10 feet across.
While tracking other creatures, you learn their exact number, size, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Ah, okay. So,
Is that primeval awareness or something?
It's Natural Explorer.
Damn.
go ahead and roll me just a survival.
Oh, sweet. That's something I'm good at.
It states you get it, but that's just
15.
cool. So that was a bad roll.
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible, but it could be better. It was below
It was
average.
below average. Yeah.
You're below average.
But it's above average.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
Sad now.
Wait, where have I made this joke before?
Yes.
Wow, deja vu. So, you look at the thing, and yeah, you estimate it to be about sort of 10 feet across. You can't really tell how long it is, because you don't think it came all the way out the sand. You think it literally just took a bite and then maybe went back under the sand.
Took a bite as he yoinked the camel and just went under the sand again.
Yeah, kind of thing.
I'm gonna go and just kind of say to the other guards, just to be on alert that there may be there's
I'm
some Laserguns
going-
around.
I'm going to cast Primeval Awareness. And because I'm in my favorite area, it's 6 miles. I want to sense if there are any sandworms.
Being of the third level, use your action to expend one ranged spell slot. Focus on your awareness for a region around you for 1 minute. You can follow a spell slot you expend. You can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile or within.
Oh shoot!
6
Sorry, I didn't
miles.
read that. I don't think it's an elemental, is it?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals,
But
fae,
you don't know.
fiends, and undead.
Yeah.
I assume
Um,
you just don't know yet.
This feature
Yeah.
doesn't reveal the creature's location or number.
Oh dang, that's lame.
Okay, so you would locate. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm expending
one
a...
celestial.
Oh.
You would. Oh,
What?
so okay. You don't get numbers. So there is something celestial around. There is something. There's a couple of fae things around, and
There's a fiend.
There are 99 dragons.
you sense a dragon. It's directly above you as the sky darkens.
There is a
Roll
fiend, I know that
initiative.
much. Salia.
Yeah. Does Salia count as a fiend?
No,
Yes.
she's
I
humanoid.
don't think.
No,
Well,
I think, I
but
think
she's half demon, half human.
I think she counts as humanoid. I don't think she counts.
It's just humanoid. Yeah.
Tieflings count as humanoid.
Yes.
You racist.
Humanoid.
So no, Azimir count as celestials.
That's because Azimir.
Okay.
Azimir and Tiefling aren't quite on the same level. One of them being literally descendants of the god, and one of them being like, yeah, there was a demon in my family like 7 generations back.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one's like,
It's
yeah,
not
Zeus is my
born.
dad. It's a
Well,
slight
no,
difference.
no, Azimir are born from humans. It's just they're
I know, you get
Also-
the point though.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, so there's Celestial, there is Fae. You get that there is one Celestial, but you get that there are multiple Fae. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
strange.
The Celestial is closer, the Fae are near the edges of your detection. You
So
can
they're
tell
6
that much.
miles away.
They're somewhere between 5 and 6 miles away. You can't really tell.
That's really far away.
The Celestial does not feel anywhere near like that far away. And, oh, you probably detect, 6 miles. Is it radius?
Yeah.
Okay, you detect a crap ton of aberrations really far beneath you. You detect the Underdark, congratulations.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
hold yeah.
jeez.
Oh no.
Does it go through shit though?
Yeah, it doesn't say it doesn't.
Oh damn.
The other one's like
Oh, actually, hang on,
mountains
does it
between
say radius or
pretty
radius? One per...
It just says radius.
Although it says sphere in D&D, so no, you don't detect that. I'm just going to assume it won't be all the way down, because it usually states when it's a sphere, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Usually.
Usually. I'm going to assume it's kind of, let's just say you don't detect the Underdark, just because otherwise it'll be confusing. So you don't detect any aberrations. You do detect a Celestial, a couple of Fae. That's what you get. Let's go with that and let's move on, because otherwise we're going to
Yeah,
take
everyone,
forever.
let's start digging and find a new quest.
So you know that quest you were doing? Better idea.
yeah, look at that. What's going on there?
I have a shovel.
What was that? What was that about this being desert campaign? I think not.
Well, okay.
It's gonna be underground now.
This campaign just got renamed to Caves of Derailment. Let's move on. We'll have a new overlay by next week, folks.
No, the
I-
derailment is next
I
week.
didn't realize that it was one of the following types. I thought it said following creatures.
Yeah, it
types of
is.
creatures.
Yeah.
Oh well. But still, it's kind of useful.
Yeah, it's
I don't think I'm gonna use it anyways.
kind of useful.
You do expend a spell slot for it though.
Yes, I spent a first level spell
So
slot.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm good.
Right, sure. Yeah.
The UV range is much better.
What?
Yeah, they got real buffed in UA. Wait, not UA. Xanthars. What am I talking about?
I think it's UA actually. UA
Yeah, it
Rangers.
is
are
UA.
really good.
Xanadars
It's
goes
UA.
up the regular ranger.
Oh right.
Yeah, I think I might try playing UA next time.
Hmm.
Ranger.
Either way, they're both
They
better
get that
than the
shit for
default.
free.
Really, Rick?
What is Rick doing?
He's memeing. Oh god.
He's
That's
posting
what usual.
sandworm pictures. One of which is from SpongeBob.
One of which is literally a Dune thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You can try that, mate. You can try that. You try riding this one. So,
I'm gonna ride it like a wave.
actually, that is a good rough description of how big that worm appears. That picture he posted.
Oh jeez, that's a big worm.
Well, it ate a camel whole,
Big
so
boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
The SpongeBob one?
You said it was a
No,
no.
the last one.
Well, the
Not the
SpongeBob
sea.
one is also very big.
So anyway, there was a thing
Yeah.
we were doing.
What's that?
It's called
Dungeons and
D&D.
Dragons, that one. Got it.
I think it was Shadowrun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, it was
Um,
Starships and
We were
Lasers.
playing Shadowrun last game.
Yargon to laser ships.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, one of your camels, along with oh no, because it's not. So yeah, it's just one of your camels, but you do have the bars of water still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Whose
I guess
camel
we'll
is it,
refill
though?
our
'Cause I got-
water.
I got a second camel.
It's
Uh,
also
we
full of
Someone
water.
else did.
it's just tagged as belonging to your group, so it's one of whoever owns a second camel.
Well,
So
it's either me or
one of the
someone
two
else.
people. Or three people, I think.
It's probably better to say. Oh, honestly, it could be anyone's camel, because you don't know between the six. But
True.
You know what?
Actually, I've tried to make friends with my camel.
yeah,
Dogbrain's been trying.
well, Dogbrain's
Um,
probably aware that it's not his camel,
Okay.
but you know what? Sure, Dogbrain.
Hi.
Yeah, you're aware.
Was Joe your camel, dog brain?
What?
I named the camel Joe.
That was the one that's gone.
Yeah, it was the one that was gone. It was Ferdinand's second
My
camel,
camel's gonna be called
Oh,
Sabutio.
for fuck's sake.
because I don't know who else had the second
So-
camel. So it's Ferdinand's camel that was second camel that was gone.
So,
What about Salia? I don't know.
we have just like
Yeah.
6 extra barrels of water.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Okay. Let's see. Odds
I
is
would-
Ferdinand. Oh, okay. So it's Salia's. Never mind then.
I'll sway.
Damn it.
It's your second camel.
I would probably mention that we should fill up our water as much as we can and try to sell the rest of the water.
Who the hell are you selling it to?
The rest of the caravan? They might need more water. Maybe they didn't bring enough.
Maybe the sandworm is thirsty.
Sure. Hey guys.
You get a bit of a look from some of the other people, but they appear to be saddling their camels.
Don't suppose
mostly.
anyone emptied barrels overnight. Got
They-
a few spares now.
They look between each other, and eventually the guy with the two scimitars sort of comes forward and kind of appears to be the guy somewhat leading this whole thing a bit. And Rose, what can I do for you?
Yeah, so apparently the sandworms have been eating camels.
Oh,
They ate
no.
one of ours.
Oh, that is a shame. Do you
Yeah,
have
those-
much water that you cannot carry?
Yeah, well, about 6 barrels.
Oh, it would be a shame to lose that. I am sure we
You
could make
don't
room for
say.
it.
That's splendid.
And yeah, he gestures to a couple of the other guys, and they get some of the camels. And basically, some of the camels are traveling slightly lighter than they should do, and they'll strap your barrels to them.
Splendid.
Unless anybody complains.
Nope.
Nope.
No. Okay, cool.
We're not
Um,
leaving anything behind.
Nope. The only thing
Yeah.
you leave behind is a small pile of ashes.
And poop.
Presumably.
Poop.
Needed to know that.
The way you said that, wow.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Definitely needed that.
Yep, I did. So, you set out again. It's real quite early in the morning this time. As you set out into the back into the Dune Sea, and you begin marching along over the dunes. Again, trying to keep over the crest of the dunes, pretty much in single file camels. And about lunchtime, the group comes to a halt. And it appears that they have encountered a signpost that is just sitting in the middle of the Dune Sea. And it is half buried in sand. It's kind of on the side of one of the dunes. It's sort of half buried in sand. And the guy at the front, who is the guy with the scimitars, the guy who's been sort of running this, gets off and he pulls out a shovel and unburies this signpost. By the time you guys sort of arrive, he has reburied it, but further up, and basically maintained it a little bit. And it simply points in three directions. It says the city, and I'm going to need to switch over to the map to get names.
There's no names on the map.
That's what you think.
Oh. So is it literally named the city?
That's what anyone ever calls it. It's just the city.
Ooh.
Let's see. There is the city is marked. The spire is marked.
The village.
Thanks, Rick. And do any of you speak Abyssal by any chance?
Speak your
Abyssal,
comic.
no.
Infernal.
Yes.
What?
Okay, listen, I'm a noble and I didn't much like people.
You speak Abyssal.
I speak Common, Celestial, and Abyssal.
Jesus.
Well, I mean,
Fucking nuts, a lot of
I. Okay.
No voice.
My fallen
Sure.
angel, infernal and celestial, so I can't judge you there.
Yeah, but this is not your fallen angel.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay then. So yeah, the other signpost says in Abyssal. It says temple. They appear to be. They don't have any distances marked on them. There's just spire and temple are the two things.
What direction is Temple?
Temple is kind of, it's more easterly, and spire is pretty much along the way you were going.
Okay.
What's the spire then?
And everyone's sort of crowding around, and they appear to be tossing coins. And choosing things based on coin tosses, mostly. And there is Taliesin and yeah, you probably would be aware of this. They do this. Not everyone would go to the temple. They can only send a few people, which is most of them, but not everyone. The newcomers wouldn't be allowed. That would just be standard. And
Okay.
they would want at least 2 people to stay with anyone who's not going. And then, yeah, so the leader will probably go, and then a few other people. And they would toss coins to see who goes and who doesn't.
Would I be aware of this practice?
Yeah, you'd be aware of this. Usually whenever they find temples in the desert, or any kind of things that isn't on their track, but is the sort of thing that you might want to frequent, like a temple, like a desert well, like that kind of stuff. They send a few people, and it's often determined like that, and they'll send the leader there, and the other people will continue on the normal path.
Would I also be tossing coin, or am I still quite new? I assume.
You're probably still considered quite new. It
Yeah.
would be you and the elvish chick who are basically being told not to go.
Yeah, okay.
So
That's
the
it.
elvish chick, who is new herself, is looking funny at us for being new.
She's not new. She volunteers not to go.
That's a shame.
Is it?
So much to hell on the Elvis chick.
I mean, she's also an elf, so
You know,
even if she
well,
was new,
Yeah.
she'd still be judging you.
So I was
Because
going to go
you're
up to Calf and just be like, why are they throwing coins around?
I imagine Dogbrain stinks a little. So
Yeah, especially in this heat.
Well, yeah, there's so much water to wash in for all of us.
And nobody's ever
He
bought
has
him
used
soap.
all the barrels to wash himself.
yeah, but I imagine Dogbrain has never washed.
Probably has at some point in his life.
Then never done
No.
it again.
Whenever he has... Wait, there's any water to swim in, never mind.
I'll just kind of visibly kind of what the fuck, and just say, to decide, they're deciding who's going to the temple and who's staying with the caravan.
What is the temple where like the and he's like clicking his fingers? He's like, what are they called?
Can you roll
The
me
clerics. Is that what they are? I've heard about those.
Yes, sure.
roll me a history for the record, Taliesin?
Oh, that's just something I'm...
Cade, this is close enough to the city. You roll me one as well.
Ugh. Oh,
19.
Wait, everyone rolls one more.
No, just Cade and Taliesin.
No.
Just to sort of to see if they know which this temple is. Cade.
I
Cade.
don't think he's
Luke.
Luke, Colin,
Cool.
Luke,
He's not
Colin.
there. I will
Call him everything.
roll for him. Characters.
Sorry, what?
Oh, there you are.
Ah,
Hi.
he's back.
Roll a
History.
history check.
Yeah, roll a history.
Sorry.
Just to see if you know what this temple is. Basically, who the temple's to.
Oh, of course I don't have any history.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so
No
you,
intelligence.
As
you
far as he
haven't-
knows, it's a temple to your mum.
you haven't been this way before.
Yeah.
to
No one
this
likes it.
particular
I've
one.
been this way very often, I would assume.
Yeah. Either way, you've never actually visited that temple, so you don't know where it's to. On the other hand, Taliesin, you have probably been there once. You know this is a temple to Vimfine, which is an interesting name to
Okay.
say. Yeah, it is.
And is that? Do I know
Roll
what she's a
religion.
goddess of, or?
Yeah, and I have that somewhere marked down, so let me find it. To find the exact wording for you, because we're professionals, that's why I have this open, he says. I think it's like Blood, God and War or something like that.
Cool.
That's like the best god.
Oh,
Where's...
I'd be pretty.
Well, I think the god of party and booze is better.
out of curiosity, is there a god of like forging and smithery?
that would be...
'Cause-
the god
Crafting.
of... the one with the stone god. Let me... Where the heck is my folder?
The
The
stone
heck in
god.
heck. I can't...
God of drugs.
what is this folder called? Right, oh jeez, right. There we
My
go.
documents. My
This is
pictures.
going well.
I found it. Sorry, my desktop is extraordinarily cluttered. Uncensored law.
You think your desktop is cluttered?
Aftermath.
Shame. Ding, ding, ding.
Yep. No, we're professionals, folks. Professionals.
Yeah.
Professional
so
screw-ups.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's patreon.com/angeldice.
Blood,
No,
life,
we're
and
not,
death.
we're not
That's
even
it.
professional screw-ups. We're amateur
Blood, life.
screw-ups.
Well, that's true. We've not been in the game long enough to be professionally bad. So yeah, it's Vimfine is the goddess of blood, life, and death, and it is Egon's the goddess of rock, stone, and the land.
And
Ah,
I
She would
assume
be-
crafting and
Yeah, and
smithery.
Smithery especially.
Yeah, okay.
we're totally not trying to find the Eye of Egan. What?
Yana, the goddess Yana would be also somewhat come in when it comes to smithery because the goddess of knowledge and information.
Oh yeah, that's somebody I'd like. So that was Yana.
You know what? I don't know why. I probably should have given you this. So,
Probably.
well, not all of this, because spoilers. But this little segment here, I'm just going to clip it and put it in the Discord for you because.
Okay. Gods that we should all probably know about.
Yeah.
Except maybe me.
No, I think you would know it, but Cade probably wouldn't.
Yeah, you're smarter than.
Well, I don't know things about people things. I know things about animal things.
You're probably aware of Aina, but that's about it.
Okay.
So, yes, it's got us to the god of life, death, blood. Blood's an especial favourite. Apparently.
Okay, cool.
Which is why it's written in Abyssal, because not everybody supports the worship of Vimfine, but, yeah.
I mean, she's a goddess of life. I don't see the problem.
It's also a goddess of blood, and, all blood magic is supposedly comes from her.
Details.
So, well, yeah. Dwarves. Simple folk.
Yeah, okay, fair
If this dice would stay on the bloody desk, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, we are. You know of this. So, you and Taliesin, the Selvan Jerk, are staying behind, and there are 5 others who also fail this, the coin toss thing, and the rest of them somehow, because apparently my dice hate me, pass. So, everybody else is going to split off, and they're going to head in one direction. And the significantly smaller caravan is going to keep heading towards what is marked as Spire. And everyone... and you will meet up with them in... It's expected to be a couple of days to a week. Somewhere in that vicinity. That is not Spire. The thing you are clicking on the map is not the thing you're looking for. There
This
we
is
go.
not the spire you're looking for.
So, unless anyone wants to do anything, everybody gets back on the camels and heads on off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay?
Ritual cast, speak with animals and have inane chats with Subutio.
With what?
Who?
Subutio, I've decided to name my camel Subutio.
Okay. Sure. You can...
Subutio.
Distribute
Yeah,
you.
the camel, why not?
What? Is there something I'm not getting here?
The camels called
No, it's just a
Subutio.
random name I thought of.
So,
What you're not getting is Vom is being Vom.
yeah, that.
Yeah, sometimes there's not always a joke behind it, it's just a random thing.
Oh, what?
Nice.
What is this heresy?
Not even a pun either.
Oh,
Or was it be called Humphrey, obviously?
oh my god.
But it's not, it's called Subutio, so it's fine.
If you listen closely, you can hear the exact moment at which my faith in you is just out of the window. You can hear the window slamming shut after I've thrown it through it.
Oh god.
So anyway, you and definitely not Humphrey are gonna have some interesting talks. I mean, sure, this is... I don't think there's anything particularly you want to roleplay there.
No, I just want to chat
Yeah.
to him inanely.
Yeah, sure, that's
Oh
fine.
shit! I just realised I haven't bought ammo for my guns. Can I do that quickly?
Yeah, go for it.
I have 100 arrows if you want some.
For his
Yes,
guns.
those
Ram
would be
an arrow down the
useful
barrel.
for a fucking musket.
Yeah, go right ahead and buy some ammo, that's fine.
How much is it?
How much is
20
it
gold
usually?
piece.
I don't know.
It should be in
Images, though.
Xanthars.
It doesn't say.
whatever.
No, it's not in Xanatars. It's in the DM guide at the end, at the back of it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, there's a separate section for.
How much? Okay, how much are arrows?
Arrows are like 10 for 10. No, they're not. How much are arrows?
They're like 10 for 1 gold or something.
I think it's like 5 for 10. I want to. Let me see if I have. I think I have a. A second. I have like 5,000 tabs open. I need to find my.
Does anyone know how much arrows are worth? Because make it half the price.
Oh, there's my player's
double the
handbook.
price of an arrow.
Bullets are worth 3 gold pieces for 10.
Okay, cool. So how much are arrows worth? Because we're not going off the
One sec.
DMG. Because I'm not using that, remember? Except when I Google random monsters to throw at you guys, and I'm like, oh look, this thing has like challenge rating 11. That's okay, you can have one of those.
One gold
arrows?
for 20.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So 1 gold for 10
yeah.
for 10 bullets. Sure.
Okay, so it's twice the price. That's okay.
We'll just go with that because honestly, I don't care too much about the
Sling
ammunition.
bullets, which would be closer, are 20 for 4 copper.
Sling bullets don't come with black powder.
Fair point.
Yeah, you have to, like,
Yeah.
They're also not precisely shaped spheres. They're small stones picked up off the floor.
Usually, they can actually be precisely shaped metal balls.
They can. Those are cool ball bearings. You can get a bag of 1,000 for 1 gold piece. So anyway,
Yeah.
Moving
that's,
on.
and yes, you can try and make a shotgun if you have bags of ball bearings. That I'm gonna let that happen right now because that would be funny. So anyway, yeah, you begin your small talk with Camel. That's not Humphrey, whose name I've forgotten already.
Sabutio.
Sabutio.
Humphrey's sticking way more. Maybe it should just be Humphrey.
It's Sabutio now. It's too late. And
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, I mean Sabutio is okay. Sabutio's a pretty decent guy, you know.
Top notch lad, right?
Yeah, he's a bit of a banter lad. And then after an hour, he's continually just making weird noises, and so are you, but you don't understand each other anymore.
Ritual casting. Can I just keep ritual casting it?
No, because you
I'm
can't be
bored.
riding a camel whilst ritual casting. Because you have to, like, sit down and draw shit in the stand. Or, like, use
Hit
bits
things
of
with
chalk
my
and
stick.
stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to say no. But
You
yeah.
could use a spell slot.
But fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need those, son. What if we need good berry? Nah. Nah.
You have good berry?
Have good berry.
Shit, nice.
Oh yeah, did you guys mark off any barrels of water after yesterday?
No?
Go ahead and
You
mark...
said not to.
Yeah, somebody go ahead and just mark off, like... some water. I don't know. How much would be an appropriate
Some
amount of
water.
water for a day? A very hard
One,
day's walk.
hopefully.
Get in at some point,
Yeah,
and...
just mark off a barrel of water.
Because don't keep track of all the barrels. We have 6 camels, and that's...
No, we don't.
Well, we had 6 camels.
How many
We still
barrels
have
of
the
water
barrels.
do we have? I'll keep track of the barrels.
We have 12 that were on the 2 that we weren't riding. And then we had 2 for the 4 that we were riding, so that's 8, so that's 20 barrels.
Cool. Well,
19, because
now
one
you
has
have
barrel
19.
is a barrel and...
Yeah.
No.
and
Oh,
now-
and one was
right.
ale,
Barrels
so
of
it's
water,
18
this
now.
one's
And
definitely
now
ale.
it's... Yeah, it's 18 now because just
So
mark
80
one off.
barrels.
Call one a day, and
Well,
it'll
one
also
barrel off.
feed your camels some. Let's just go with that because it's simple. And...
Did we end up finding any water?
You didn't last night, no. You didn't bother to try and stop. You just kept going until you kind of had to stop because your camels couldn't take much more. Because you just wanted to be as far away from any population as you could be. And it's still considered kind of the area where water usage is probably better to use more water from your barrels for your camels than look for water in the desert, where you are. But as you head on with only a few people this time, the only people now protecting your much smaller camel train are Taliesin and the one elvish chick who still thinks you're all a bit weird.
We protect our own camels.
Well, I mean, there's you guys, but they don't know about you. You're just
Yeah, but they're
some randos.
professionals.
You're just some, like randos that are hooked on. They don't. You're not accounted for in this equation. And yeah, you press on, I guess, for the rest of the day. And earlier than last time, you'll sort of stop for the night, finding a bit of a nicer place to spot down, kind of between 2 dunes, but like they're kind of far apart, and you're not getting sand constantly blown onto you, that kind of thing. And you stop, set up camp, pretty much the same deal as the night before. Yeah. So unless you guys wanna RP anything? I'm just going to assume you're...
Man.
Are you pretty much the same thing with watches as last time?
Yep.
After the camel got eaten, Dogbrain will be specifically watching the camels.
Yeah, I would
Alright.
have set up my bedroll closer to the camels this time.
Okay. Are you guys going to... Alright, wait, yeah. Go ahead and roll me some perceptions.
I am bad at this.
Where's my character sheet?
Yeah. It was almost a 19. Really?
Ouch. So,
Wait, I got one more. This is rough.
yeah, so that is...
Guys are not loving
what do we
us.
get? 11, 18, 9, 13, 13. Okay, so what is the watch order?
I would try to be somewhere in the middle.
I'll
So
go first.
Dogbrain is going whenever someone asks Dogbrain to go.
I don't know if that will happen.
I would ask Dog Green to go after me.
I'll be after
Okay,
Cade.
apparently that is going to happen, but okay.
Okay,
Salia
so...
wouldn't mind. I don't know, whenever.
So, who's on first watch?
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand? Just Ferdinand?
Hmm.
Well, we have a
Salia
small
too, maybe?
we have a small company, so right now we only have like I think it's 7 people with us,
Yeah.
plus
Well,
a few.
Well, 5 plus the, Taliesin and... who is a player, so it doesn't count, and,
So
the Elvish
7.
chick, so... 6.
Wait, you just said 5 plus Taliesin and the Elvish chick, so
was
that's
wrong.
7.
Yeah, but Taliesin doesn't count because...
So us and 6 NPCs, right, got it.
Yeah.
So we have a 5-person watch, or 6. That dog scared the crap out of me.
Let's see here. Yep. Okay. So, so it's just Taliesin, just Ferdinand on first watch then. Then,
Yeah, it's probably 1 per watch.
okay, who's on second
watch.
watch?
Maybe Salia.
I'll take 3rd.
Fourth.
Okay, Salia the Elvish chick's on watch with you.
Okay.
And who's on fourth?
That was Dogbrain.
That's me.
Dogbrain.
I
Okay,
am muted. I just realised I'm muted. God damn it.
good job. So,
Fifth watch now, have fun.
yeah, you're just watching as everyone packs up.
You know what? I'm on 4th watch. Sure.
Okay, so you're on fourth
Oh, we'll
watch
share.
as well. Okay, cool. So who is specifically keeping an eye on the camels?
Me. Especially if someone else is with me.
I'm not really watching.
Just keeping an eye at the general.
Me too.
Okay,
I would
so
be more watching the camels than the area around
Okay,
us.
Camels.
Cade and Dogbrain. Okay, so let's see who rolled what. Who rolled higher? Dogbrain, Cade. Cade,
Cade.
you're
Wait,
third
I-
watch, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you know that there's a camel missing.
Again?
It's not one
Who
of
is
yours this
second
time.
watch? What?
It's not one of yours this time.
Okay, well that's good. Is there the strange circle around it again?
Yeah, you see the sort of where the sand appears to have been sort of moved away and shifted, and yeah, there's another camel being eaten. It's quite-
I think at this point, is it how far into my watch is it that I've noticed this?
as soon as you go to check on the camels.
So it's like at the
Specifically.
beginning of my watch.
Yeah.
I think I'll wait till halfway through my watch, and then I'm gonna wake Taliesin and tell him that one of the camels was eaten.
Sure.
Okay. Yes? Why am I being...
One of the camels was eaten.
I assume this is pretty much normal. Like,
Ah.
it just...
It's
kind
probably
of
not
happens.
this frequently. It wouldn't be normal
Well,
this frequently.
Yeah, it's not
I'd
normal
assume.
for it to happen twice in a row. That's usually not a good sign.
Yeah.
Okay...
Keep a close eye on the camels for your watch. Get some rest while you
Yeah,
wait.
sure.
Get some rest, he says he when he... never mind. Fuck me. I can't talk right now.
Okay.
Good.
You've noticed Yeah, oof button.
Ah. Rip English.
Can I like, dig in the hole where the worm seemed to have come from? With
Want
my
to
shovel?
dig? Yeah, I mean, you can dig it. It's sand. It's kind of a
I-
pain to dig in because it fills itself back in, but you...
I'm not digging it.
So
You won't
this is when
I
you
mean,
say you
eventually
can
I'm gonna hit
certainly
water.
try. This is a you can certainly try moment.
It's not a you can certainly try, because he can try, you just don't find anything, because there's nothing there to be found. It's not just directly below the surface waiting.
There's something else better to be doing.
Wow, okay, sure. But
Being
yeah,
on
so
watch.
you dig it up,
I
and
am watching.
you investigate a bit, but you don't... Actually, no, go ahead and roll me an investigation. Let's see if you can roll well for once.
Okay, I'm swapping dice colors.
Yeah, you might want
I'm salty.
10. Okay, cool. Yeah, you find a scale.
Pick it up and pocket it.
It's a worm scale. It is
I figured.
a brown worm scale.
Is it broken? Is it in kilograms, pounds, stone? What are we talking?
This one's in ounces.
So it's useless.
It might as well be broken.
Oh no, it is broken. It only displays in kilograms, but only goes up to 1 ounce. And only fluid ounces.
Oh god.
Oh
The
no.
worst of all worlds.
Fluid ounces per cup. That's all it measures.
Oh, I know what I'm doing next night.
Okay. Well, the next night
Good for
we'll
you.
pretty much roll around, unless anyone wants to really do anything about this camel that has been eaten.
Well, who's
Would
carrying the barrels?
First, I have a question. Would we have like a way to try and lure them out, or any kind of way to
I actually have a plan for this.
get them?
I have a
Anything
plan
of
for
that-
this.
Other than...
Like, is there anything that's been established, like how they act?
Electricity
Like,
would
if they
work.
target anything?
It's
Electricity would work.
it's
if
very
you-
unusual for them to actually to ever follow a train, or for them to strike twice. So there wouldn't be anything you really know of about how to get them out. Because usually once they're gone, you lose one camel and that's it. It's gone. You're done.
Okay, so is it the next night?
I mean,
I
is
have
anyone
a
else
good
going to do
plan.
anything
Before
about this
that,
camel?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything about the camel. I'm going to try and design something. I want to try and
Okay.
at least start designing a gun which can, or rather bullets, both really, that can fire multiple different types of bullets, like explosive and
Oh, okay.
so
You
like
want to
it
play
would, probably,
Shadowrun?
it would probably be quite a high caliber gun so that the bullets could actually fit like explosive and stuff in them.
You're trying to build a
Is it
two-ball
Uh,
gun. Go ahead and roll me.
Yes.
Is it
Double barrel shotgun.
Is it Tinker's tools that you're looking for?
I mean,
I
I
think-
suppose, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll me one of those. The intelligence, if...
For
This
at
is
least 2 hours on the
Oh,
watch.
that's-
Dogbrain is over your shoulder. Like, what's that? What's that?
that's
What's that?
dexterity, so it would be
Oh,
if
is
you
it?
wanted to be intelligence, it would be 50.
Intelligence kind of makes more sense, because you're not building
Yeah.
it, you're designing it. So, okay, yeah, you get some progress done. Maybe another night, and you might be able to get, like, a design going, and then you can start actually working on it.
Sure.
It'll take you a while, but yeah, you think you're actually getting somewhere. Roll quite well.
Before
I mean, I
the
don't- I
watches
don't-
start, I want to try
I can't-
something.
I don't really have anywhere to build it right now, so
Yeah,
it's just design.
it's what the notebook's for.
Yep.
Sure. Apparently Dogbrain's looking over your shoulder.
I'm gonna do my best to hide it from him,
Oh,
because I don't want people stealing my designs, even if they are idiots.
Dogbrain still wants to see.
Let's be real. Is he smart enough to steal your designs?
No.
yes. He's smarter than you are.
Shush.
I mean, true.
Does he act smart enough to steal your designs?
Probably not.
No, he doesn't. But I still don't want people seeing it. So
What's in the tiny paper?
that's private.
What's a private?
It means you shouldn't be looking at it.
I'm not looking at it, I'm asking you what's in the tiny paper.
It also means that I don't want to say.
Oh, that's no fun.
No.
Hold on, wait, Dogbrain's gonna open one of the pouches on his belt and be like, in this pouch is, and pull out whatever's in that pouch. I'm gonna roll or something.
A
Just determine which
pomegranate.
pouch he opens. Yeah, it's a pomegranate. This is a poppadom. You want one? They taste good.
Pomegranate, you mean?
Whatever. Guy sold to me. They're well nice.
Um,
You have a pomegranate.
Taliesin,
Alright.
you definitely know this guy.
sure. I think I know who you're speaking of. He's a good person. I like him.
No, he's not.
Oh no, he is.
He's a top-notch guy.
He's top notch. You gotta be him.
I'm gonna run
The
to
Dogbrain's
Yeah.
gonna give Taliesin a pomegranate and start eating his another pomegranate.
I'm gonna be like eating it very slowly, mostly focusing on the actual design.
Sure. Yeah.
Are we going
I
on
will
watch
enjoy
or
it.
what's going on?
Cool. So, are you guys gonna just sort of like head on out, not really pay too much attention to the NPC's woes, basically?
Basically,
Well, like she doesn't seem to like us. Does she like us now?
I mean, she doesn't. She stops like being like, "Oh, you're gonna stab us in the back," and she seems just kind of chill.
I would like to talk to her and see like what she's about.
Sure.
Use pickup lines. Women love that.
My character
Says the
doesn't
guy
have
who's
a...
never had a boyfriend to the only one in this group that has.
Wait,
A boyfriend?
a
What?
boyfriend?
What? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
that's-
Actually, I guess I have had one of those, but
Not what I was going for. But you know what? We're all gay now, so deal with it.
oh my god.
Wow, I feel so not different at all.
Yeah. Suddenly I like glitter.
This is great. Fuck off.
Let's add rainbows. Let's make this stereotypical.
Haha. Oh boy.
I meant girlfriend, because I don't think anyone's here is gay. I don't know. I don't really care.
half.
You
Oh,
never
right, yeah,
know.
Half.
Yeah, he's bi. But,
Oh yeah, we
No,
were
I
talking
thought
about.
you said it was the left half.
Yeah,
No, it was the
I thought
top
it was the
half.
Or the
bottom
top half.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the top half. That's it.
I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter, because it really doesn't fucking change anything. So,
And also, D&D was happening at one point, I think.
We had a
Oh, yeah,
really
that was the
deep
thing.
conversation about this at one point.
Yeah.
yeah, but let's do
The
that
conclusion
not right
was
now.
that you
so,
like sucking dick, but
Yes.
not liking it in the ass.
Jesus
Thanks,
Christ.
Rick.
And rip PG rating.
Thanks, monetization.
So, God, I'm gonna have so many
There
community
was already
flags.
either.
And
Shout
gonna-
out to that one guy.
yeah. If you made it this far, congratulations. You're,
Doing better than we are.
yes, that's a disappointing thing.
Okay, back to the story.
Yeah, okay, so you wanted to talk to the elvish chick.
Elvish chick, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's
so,
on watch
yeah.
at some point, and that's a thing. She's
Wait.
done other stuff.
Before watch, I was gonna cast spells near the camels.
Oh. Well,
I was gonna
it's a bit
cast.
late, because you didn't say it.
I told you I was gonna cast spells before watch.
Yeah.
You did?
I said that.
He
Yes, I
did
said
say
that
he
like
had-
3 times.
Oh.
Damn it, foiled
I
again.
entirely missed that. Okay. What
I was
did
gonna
you want to
cast
spell?
that 3 times. I was gonna make exception for all of our characters. Actually, everyone in the group.
Ooh, I
Okay.
like this.
Yeah.
Let me just check something. A magic on the protected area until the spell ends. Whenever a creature other than you comes within 30 feet of the ammunition. Doot. Okay, cool. Roll 20 load. When you cast a spell, you do any creatures you choose that the spell ignores them. So, the only problem
Yeah.
with that is they will immediately fire into the ground. All of them.
It's still an alert.
No, it's
It's Cordon of Arrows.
the arrows are already in the ground as it is.
Yes, but they fire towards the creature, and the creature is coming within 30 feet of them, but through the ground, so it would fire straight into the ground.
Come on,
It's still
that's-
an alert,
I
though.
think it's more of a radius type thing. The same thing. as
It does just say within 30 feet of the ammunition.
Yeah, it's within
That's
range.
so-
Well, thunder
Yeah,
radius.
it's-
This
yeah,
is
stupid.
Yeah, it is a little, but
I mean, either way, it doesn't spend more than a turn above
That's
ground.
a second
So,
level spell.
you know
Upside
what?
is you're literally about to long rest, so
Yeah.
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 I was gonna cast both of them.
Does it actually alert anyone?
No, it doesn't necessarily alert anyone.
Alright.
It just shoots something.
Cool. Well, all the perception checks were utterly terrible.
And it also, I think it consumes the arrows.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't say so though.
Yeah, it says it
It
takes
does.
4 arrows.
Ammunition
Um,
break.
They are fired. You can roll to retrieve them. All
The
right.
piece of ammunition is then destroyed.
Yeah.
Creature must succeed on a dexterity save. Oh, a piece of ammunition is then destroyed. Oh, okay. Or take
So,
1d6 piercing damage. How many times did you cast this?
Twice, so I have a total of 8 arrows in the ground.
Okay, so just roll me 8d6. Alright, it'll take damage. Let's go with that. Nobody sees it or hears it because this doesn't do anything, but it will take damage.
33.
That's a lot of die.
that's not bad.
Oh boy!
33 points of health. Okay.
It's just sitting
Just kill
there.
the camel.
Well, I
There's
assume
still
you're
a camel
designated.
gone.
The camel is still gone, yeah.
Gosh dang it. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be a deterrent.
Well, I mean, it comes up from beneath, it only bites the camel, the things go off, shoot it, and then it goes back underground. It literally spends less than a turn above ground. Because it just makes its attack. That's all
That makes it not come back.
rules wise. Yeah, that might do. It might not like that.
It might also bring friends.
Let me just check a thing. Yeah,
I want
okay.
to cast it more, but I only have 2 spells.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that... It's not happy about that. Yeah, so that's why you found a scale. Because it has been shot off. In fact, you find a couple of scales that have been shot off, and you find a few drops of blood and bits of arrow, as it appears that your spell has worked. Somehow Ferdinand missed it, or... Who was in second watch? It was Salia?
It was
Mhm.
Salia and the elf.
Salia and the elf. So apparently those 3 missed it. But yeah, it appears to have consumed your camel and been now at half hit points or something.
Jeez.
Or
That's a
it's-
useful spell. I'm glad I took the spell. I didn't think it was going to be that useful.
Or I'm lying through my ass and it took 1 point of damage because it has resistance to all damage. You don't know.
Gee.
So,
Well, out.
Something
you
happened.
know.
That's all we know.
you'll find out next time. So, as you, yeah, you wanted to talk to the elf.
Yeah,
When?
that was a thing. Probably as we're riding, I ride up to her and ask her name.
Okay. Sure. So, as you're on the road, moving on the next day.
How many camels are left?
We
That's
lost.
the third one.
No, that's the second
That's
one.
Oh. Rick, stop playing Kingdom Come.
Oh right.
Don't think I didn't see that.
Rick, really?
Yeah, it's
Thank
rude
you
as
so
fuck.
long. No, I'm just kidding.
That is rude as fuck.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, this that is the second camel you've lost.
Mm-hmm.
So there is you have 5 left, and there is a couple from the group. There's about let's say there's 7
Probably about 4.
from the group of
Oh, from the group.
7 NPCs or 7 other people.
Oh, there's 7 of them. Okay.
Well, there's 6 NPCs in Taliesin, who's kind of lumped in there. Taliesin has his own camel, and then there would be Elvish Chick has her own camel, but no others. And then there's 5, so they'll have and then so there's about 9. Let's call it 10 camels with the rest of the group. So you've got your 15 camels in total.
Yeah.
I think it's big amount. That should make
I
sense.
would report that I did hit the serpent.
Sand one.
I'm gonna call it a serpent.
Sure, the sand serpent,
Yeah.
the sand punt.
Are worms serpents?
No.
There could be.
No, because serpent is a worm in the ocean. Shh, don't
Okay.
question it. So, yeah. Yeah, so you ride up to the elfish chick, and she has very big, thick robes and armour and everything. And is just riding along, is not aware of you.
I kind of raise my voice. Hello, what's your name?
Oh, hi, I'm Violet. Who are you?
Shouldn't it be like, oh, hi, hey, hi.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't gonna say anything. I'm Cade.
Oh, nice to meet you. And she holds out a gauntleted hand.
Her gauntleted hand.
Well, yeah, they're just clad in like
Gauntlets. I'm jealous.
armored
I
gauntlets.
shake her.
Yeah,
Gauntleted hand.
yeah, it's like got claws on it. Kind of thing that would actually be kind of difficult to use anything with, but maybe good for stabbing people. You don't know.
Punk.
What?
What?
Punching people.
Yeah, that. And or it's part of her armor that changes unarmed strikes into something else. I don't
Claw
know.
attacks.
Basically, yeah.
To her, it's a special weapon.
And or it's a piece of armor that I found in the DMG and was like, hey, this is cool. Yeah, and then modified like mad.
And how long have you been with this caravan?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one before.
Have you? What are you thinking of?
Demon armor.
No.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Well, I know you modified it, but
Yeah, significantly modified.
yeah. But I know what you based it off.
Yeah.
I think.
It's that. I just took that bit. I was like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've been with this caravan for sort of things like maybe
Thousands of years.
600 days, roughly.
600.
About 2
I
years.
kind of do like the math in my head.
You
Okay.
can see in the background Dogbrain counting on his fingers and doesn't reach a number.
Dogbrain running out of fingers.
He starts using his toes.
So it gets to 20. He's like, oh.
Starts
starts
counting the
counting
humps of
camel
the
hairs.
camels behind him.
Yeah.
He starts counting the hairs on the camel.
Oh my god.
The best thing is he could keep counting like that because he's intelligent enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, okay, you haven't run into that frequent of worms, right? It's not in this area normally.
Sandworms? No, there's a few around here, but there's nothing major.
Yeah, one might be tailing us, seems like. I hit it last night with my trap.
Oh, with the trap. Yeah, well, I wouldn't thought so. They don't tend to trail caravans.
Sorry, what'd you say?
She said that she didn't think so. She wouldn't have thought they would be trailing you because they don't tend to trail caravans.
Yes, well, then there's multiple attacking the caravan.
Oh, well, it could just be 2 instances, unluckily, in a row.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait till tonight and see.
I don't think it's anything to really worry about. It should be fine.
Says as a giant sandworm eats the whole entire camp.
Shut up with your ideas that are my ideas already.
They're
I had that
already my
idea. I had that idea. It was like, let's
she-
just make this a huge creature that swallows you whole, and it's in a dungeon, but it is a person. Not a person, a sandworm.
Well,
Great.
Unless she wants to say anything to me, then I'll head back to the main part of the group. Our
Yeah.
main group.
I mean, she didn't really have anything to say, she's just riding.
NPC.
Oh, just an NPC. Alright. Get out of here with your meta. Oof.exe. Yeah. So, you stop around midday, roughly, again. Oh, just past midday, actually. For about half an hour, and then continue on. And, heading roughly north by northeast.
Maybe we take a quick break.
Yeah, sure. So, well, we're gonna go, set up camp for the evening. And then, sure. But, allow me to describe a thing, I suppose. So
Surely.
as you are approaching the area that you decide to subcamp, it's coming down off one of the dunes. There's actually a small, what is kind of actually a small stream running through the desert, which has these tiny little blue crystals growing along the edge of it. And Taliesin and Cade, you both know that this is usually places like this are great places to stop for the evening. The crystals glow ever so slightly with some of the light they absorb during the day, and fresh water is always, I mean, it's rare, so it's always a good place to stop.
Oh yeah, fill up everything.
Are they valuable?
They're not really valuable. Their only value is that they can absorb a little bit of light and then just give it off very slowly. They kind of glow in the dark effect, effectively. And they're found naturally, and nobody really cares too much about them because no one has any uses for them other than...
Other than this, really.
yeah.
Do they still work when they're cut down, when you just have the crystal?
Yeah, I mean, it's a crystal. It's... If
I'm
you
getting
have...
3.
I mean, if you take the crystal, but there's not really anything that can be done with it. They're a bit like glass. They kind of shatter a bit. But you can...
Yeah, if you toss them, I suppose.
Well, I mean, breaking them and shaping them is a bit difficult, but you can grab some if you want to. I won't even make you roll. It's not really that difficult. There's plenty of them. Sure. Yeah, so, as you, I guess, they stake out a campfire again and put tents up around. And I think with that, we will cut to a short break. And we will be back, which is in the next video, so I'll be linked in the description. So, see you then, through the power and the magic of the internets.